something within me was triggered, something within me was activated, but you will immediately know that it's you, right? Because in the beginning, we kind of learn this mechanism. We discover and we learn that people don't have the power to make us feel. But how we feel comes from inwards, from the state of our inner world, from the wounds that we haven't addressed, from the shadows that we haven't integrated, right? So once you really, again, anchored in your masculine energy, in your divinity, it's not that these shadows disappeared, but the moment they come in, you know. So, right? So there's going to be a moment, like I said, you're going to be together, you're going to be speaking, she will say something, and you will immediately feel, this is me. I know exactly what wound has been activated. And if it's going to be small, you're going to deal with it internally. If it's going to be bigger, you're going to sit down and you're going to talk about that this is healing together already, right? But right now, what this situation has showed you, because you retreated on some level, I feel you will find your way back. You've been so connected again to your emotion, to your feminine, to your heart. That triggered happened and you retreated a little bit. So it's showing you that you need to practice that immediate response instead of reacting, because you reacted. She did something, she said something, she triggered you, and you reacted and you pulled back. You reacted into avoidance, you reacted into emotion of jealousy, of how could she do this, right? Maybe I'm even seeing someone like throwing their phone, right? Because it was something, remember, that she posted that you need to practice the response instead of reaction. You reacted. And I feel it's going to take you a few days to understand what happened, to swallow what happened, to understand it was me. There is still jealousy, there's still control, there's still possessiveness. She triggered the worthiness, she triggered the betrayal, right? How do we deal with this? But you will get there. This will help you to develop whole new level of mindfulness, the mindfulness that will constantly be there, right? It's like the mindfulness that will allow you relax into the positive energy, the light-hearted energy that you were sitting in, but with the alertness of that if something happens, I'm not going to retreat and pull back again. Fear of commitment. Maybe it's because we have self-sabotage. You know what just came to my mind? Food for thought. Really think about this. You can close your eyes and listen to me saying to this. Connect to your heart space. You have been so connected to her. You have been so connected to your heart space, to the love that you feel for one another. You've been sitting in a place of trust. You've been sitting in a place of completion and opening your cycle. Perhaps you have been in your mind preparing to reach out, to reconnect, to break no contract. This trigger happened. Think about it. Is it really just all about what she triggered within you and what you still need to address? Or maybe you've taken a first opportunity to self-sabotage because you are being pushed and guided towards reinitiating contact, breaking no contact, starting a commitment, devoting yourself to your feminine, and there's still a little bit of fear within you. So that self-saboteur came forth. Food for thought. Let's pull a couple more of these. Who is the divine masculine? This is a beautiful card as well. This is this energy. So you would understand. You would understand the pillars of divine masculine are truth, commitment, loyalty, humbleness, power, and integrity. I feel you have been studying your divinity within, your masculinity within. Remember, we also have the sword and rose, truth, revelation. You will realize, you will take accountability. Whatever happened, whatever triggered you, whatever emotion was caused within you, it will take you a few days. You will take accountability because you're already sitting in your beautiful energy. You're connected to your heart. You understand masculinity. You will take... Masculinity is all about accountability. Distorted men, weak men, always blame women. Always. She made me. She pushed me to do it. She pushed me to feel this way. There is no... Because the core of your energy is strength, is protection, is the architect of this physical world. You're supposed to listen to our guidance, the guidance of the divine feminine, but you are the one that govern this physical world. So weak men that have no self-control, it may be that it's coming to my mind, it may be that there's a self-control that you need to master, because they were showing me this video, and by no means I don't think that this is this collective, it's a very drastic example, so bear with me, and again, don't get triggered. But they were showing me this video, you know, like a couple of weeks or months back, there was this viral video when women were sitting with their dogs, and very often dogs that are considered aggressive, with a treat on their hand, and the dogs were controlling themselves until she said, "You can have it," right? With this very empowering song about femininity, about true feminism, about how men who abuse women, who mistreat women, who disrespect women, who sometimes are even aggressive and lash out, they love saying, "She made me do it. She pushed me. She provoked me because of what she said, because of what she was wearing, because of what she did." Well, let me break this to you, sir. We are chaos, we are freedom, we are the feminine. We are allowed to do whatever we want and whatever we are guided to do. If your reaction is poor, it is on you. It is on you. True masculine. This is why self-control and accountability are core of masculinity, of true divine masculine. A trigger happened and it was your test. You felt certain way, right? So you like dropped your phone, right? Imagine you are standing in front of your feminine because you are already connecting or are in a relationship. She did something that was nothing. I promise you, I'm not sensing, she probably is not even aware of this. She did something and you reacted. If you were standing in front of her, you would probably give her a look. You would probably upset her. You would probably like say something even hurtful, because you haven't mastered self-control yet. Because you're not fully yet, it's like you know this, but you're not fully yet embodying this energy of how she made me feel. It's feel me, it's me. So I'm going to just take my time. I'm going to control myself. I'm going to control my reaction. I'm going to address this internally before I actually respond. And again, I'm not saying there's nothing near you being this aggressive man, but this is why, again, self-control, you have to control yourself. You're really anchored in this physical world, and men have tendency, because you're so powerful, when it's on the other side of the coin, you have tendency to explosiveness, aggressiveness, reactiveness. You have to master self-control, because even if your trait is not being aggressive, so maybe in a real life, maybe you wouldn't say anything, you wouldn't yell at her, but you would give her that look, and then you would go with your avoidance, and you would give her silent treatment, which is incredibly painful as well, right? Self-control. Master your human. Control your human, okay? Do you know how we always say control your woman? And it's true. True men is the safe house, is the container. We are the chaos, the creation. So you have to control your woman in a relationship, but you have to control her from a place of love, from a place of kindness, from a place of stability, from a place of, I know you, I am an extension on you, I will help you to direct. This is what we do for each other. We are chaos, and you help us direct this energy, right? But in order to ever be able to embody this yin and yang in a relationship, you freaking have to control yourself. Control your reactiveness, control your emotions, control your urges. Because whatever side of the coin it is it aggressive, or is it dismissive, or is it disrespectful, is it avoidance, silent treatment, it's hurtful. Control your human first. Control your human. Take accountability. I feel it's gonna, sorry for the it's been a direct channel from your guides, from those ancestors, from the shamanic tent, remember? So I feel it will take you a few days to really realize what happened, but I feel you will do the right thing with yourself. So you will take accountability. You will sit down and you'll be like, yeah, it was me. I have to start controlling myself better. I have to start activating mindfulness from the very first moment. I have to really deeply, because you have been sitting in a masculine energy. If that's the first part you're watching, sorry for the harsh, message, but we started from a very beautiful energy. You're sitting in a gorgeous energy. Your consciousness on the level of the heart. This was the ultimate test, how you will react. So don't shame yourself. It's not, accountability is not about shaming yourself. It's not about like, shoo, what did I do? It's about, okay, I did that. Next time I'm going to be ready. Next time I'm going to handle it better. And every next time you learn self-control. You learn to respond instead of reacting from a place of shadow, but responding from a place of your soul, right? So just take accountability with yourself, and you will allow yourself to return back to that beautiful soft, sort of a strong masculine, but coming from a place of heart kind of energy. And we've been talking about this on my channel. This is exactly what this, I'm not even surprised that this happened around full moon, in full moon. We're exactly in this moment. We have final weeks to freaking shed what we've been shedding. The skin is already out. It's just like hanging on the last element, and it's gonna drop soon. So we will gonna be going through triggers, and so perhaps you are being prepared to reconnect, to break no contact, and they triggered you both. We're going to tap into her energy, but I do feel that she felt whatever happened. And twins, we are so strongly connected. The telepathy is uncanny. We have the same thoughts, we have the same emotions. It's just that we feel them from the feminine perspective, you feel them from the masculine, and we are in a different place of the journey. The difference gets smaller and smaller as we approach union, but we are always in a bit of a different perspective, so we process these emotions differently and these thoughts, but we feel the same emotions all the time, and we think the same thoughts. We're telepathically connected. We're one consciousness, right? We're one consciousness. We're same frequency. So she must have felt that. So to her, it was as well a test, divinely orchestrated test. How she reacted. Did she got, oh my God, what happened? I feel that she must have felt that you are getting pulled back with your energy. All right. Are you ready? Are you ready, sir? Number 33, action. Are you ready? They are preparing you for something. I feel, you know what I'm hearing? I'm hearing that you would want to reconnect. You would want to break no contact. So maybe you even express this to your guides. Show me how. Help me to come back to my feminine. I feel her love. I feel our love. I want to reconnect. I want to start our journey together. So they listened to your prayer, and they have given you what you needed to prepare. Because now imagine that you reconnect, you start to talk, and she does what she did, and you get triggered. And again, you ghost, you go into avoidance. You would cause pain for both of you. This is a very important lesson. Next time it's going to happen, and I assure you it's going to happen. We are designed to trigger you because we are madness and we are chaos. Your feminine is your ultimate mirror, your sharp mirror. We will never allow you to forget about your darkness, because you have to control your human in order to be the architect of this world, to redesign the matrix, to create a better world for our children. We will always reflect your darkness, so you are mindful of it, so you control it, so you take accountability. But we will also reflect your light. We will reflect your greatness. We will magnify your greatness. We will give you hope. We will give you guidance. We will give you strength. We will give you self-belief. We will nurture you. We will care for you. But you gotta control your human. They were testing, are you ready? How are you gonna process this test? Are you really ready? Again, I've always give you guys this exercise because it's powerful. Look in a mirror. Take accountability. Go back to that talking to your ancestors, as I told you. And as you're done, as you're looking in the mirror, next time it's going to happen, it's going to be in real life. Am I going to be able to handle it better? Because as a man, your role is to be the provider and the protector. And when we say protector, it's not just protector to lock the door and to make sure that nothing in the physical will happen to us. Yes, that as well. But you're the protector of our hearts. Our hearts are the centers of alchemy, right? You give us from the sacral. We lift it to the level of the heart. And the heart is the portal. It's the bridge where the feminine connects to God and the divine. It's the center of alchemy. It's the center of the creatrix, of the creation through the womb and through the heart. And yes, you have to have your heart open, because this is how you receive whatever we're going to give to you. But you have to know how to protect our hearts more than to protect our physical bodies. And when you are reactive, when you don't control your human, when you don't control your urges, when you don't control your responsiveness, you will cause us pain. And you will bombard us with your shadows. And you will cause our heart to lock. You got it. Self-control, dude. But you're ready. I feel it in your energy. This is one of those tests. We all go through this. This is one of those tests that as it starts to happen, you start to feel things. You think, oh my God, is this really happening? I thought I was so beyond this. I've never felt like this before. You feel it so intense and so strong and it's so uncomfortable. And then you sort of start to integrate and you feel, oh my God, that is so embarrassing that I allowed myself to feel this way. But then you integrate it, then you embrace it, and you emerge, something that seems so insignificant, you emerge as such a better person on the other end. Sorry. Vicious cycle. We have vicious cycle. Okay? A vicious cycle. Are you going to repeat the vicious cycle of avoidance, of ghosting, of self-sabotage, of not feeling worthy, of retreating back into separation? Or you finally, hallelujah, finally understand how it works? Anchor yourself in your masculinity, develop self-control, take accountability, sharpen your mindfulness. I want to do a few more. Love is in the air. Oh my God, drop down. Valentine's Day, Ryanair, love is in the air. Maybe she lives in a different country. Maybe you were even thinking to surprise her, or a different city, or take her somewhere, or I don't know. It's weird. Love is in the air. Love is definitely in the air. Love was definitely in the air for you. This was just a test of trust, of everything that we've mentioned. What if it's all true? Number 61. I feel everything is for a reason, and I was hearing this self-saboteur. So go back to that part as I asked you to close your eyes and really feel into it. I feel there's something within you. You've been close to reaching out, to connecting. You want it. It's like there's something within you that wants to break no contact, and that self-saboteur got activated. Is it really true? Is it really possible? Maybe there is someone else. Maybe it's not going to be possible because maybe I'm not ready. It's just tests, okay? It's just chill, really, my friend. Take a step back. Remember, talk to your ancestors. This is not as serious as you think. You've mastered it. You had 8 of Pentacles in your energy. You love yourself. You embody love. You understand love. It's just a small hiccup. We need to break this down, but this is what we do, right? When we start becoming masters, even in divine union, when you are in divine union with your counterpart, things that you discuss and talk about are really so subtle and so deep that most people who live in karmic relationships, they would move past that, because there's so much more darkness and toxicity, right? So the more the lighter is your vibration and your density, the more you connect to your heart, to your divinity, to the frequency of love, of truth, of connection with your feminine, the more subtle these lessons will be, the more insignificant those triggers will be, because the big things wouldn't trigger you anymore. You've moved past that, right? You're on a completely different level. This is why we cannot ever ignore things, and we have to be sharp, right? Attention seeking I had at the bottom of the deck. So maybe that jealousy, maybe yeah. I want to do two more. I've got the power. You've got the power. You've got the power. You're in your masculine energy. You're in your power. This was just a test, and you're going to handle it. Whether it's going to take you 2 days, 2 to 5 days, I'm hearing 2 to 5, maybe 7 for more stubborn ones, that you're going to really understand everything that I'm talking about here, because you got the power. You're the power. You are the architect. You are the master manifester. Right? So don't allow something. So one more. Manipulations. What kind of love do you desire? That goes back to that worthiness again. Is it all really true? But it's interesting. Manipulations. You know what I'm hearing? Maybe in the past, bear with me, okay? Bear with me. Maybe in the past you had tendency to allow yourself to be manipulated. So maybe in the past, in the beginning of your journey, when you were connecting to your feminine, someone would said something, your toxic maybe friends, maybe karmic friends, karmic connections, and you would be, without you knowing, you would allow yourself to manipulate, and it's sort of a close to that karma, that justice card. So maybe you've released manipulations that would come in the past from people, from karmic connections, from family, friends, whatever that is, and you freed yourself from that energy. But maybe you still need to realize it's that thing that you were not seeing in the corner of your eye between you and your self-love, right? Maybe you're still not seeing that your shadows can manipulate you a little bit as well. That self-saboteur, that jealousy, that controlling energy, that lack of worthiness, that lack of accountability, of self-control, they can be manipulative as well. It's the little devil energy on your shoulder. You have to realize that he's there. You have to make friends with him. You have to understand. I don't know why I just saw Tom Ellis as Lucifer. That's kind of a nice to look at, to have that on your shoulder. You have to make friends with him. He's not evil, but he can be manipulative. So your shadow side, the devil energy, the self-saboteur, they're not, again, it's not evil. You need to acknowledge it. You need to give it love. Just like we always talk about with shadow. You need to know it's there. You need to control it. Control your human. But he can be manipulative as well. So that voice of self-saboteur, don't allow it to control you. You are sitting in a beautiful energy. So don't allow this voice of, oh my God, you're not going to be able to handle it. See, you're going to come in, then you're going to disappear again because she's going to trigger you, and maybe she has different men, maybe she's connected. No, oh boy. No. Dude. Come on. Come on. All right, so let's tap into, let's do some love message. Let's really look into what's going on with love. So, right? So we know what's going on. Hold on. I have a lot of decks here, so bear with me. Allow me to organize myself. I want to start from a couple of D's. I'm kind of guided to do a couple of these. to start? What's going on? What's going on here? Pay attention. I was seeing this card. I love when it happens to just, I never say it and then it's like pops up. Pay attention to the red flags. I feel your own. I feel your own. Pay attention. Just pay attention. Be mindful. Again, more sharper mindfulness. Sharper mindfulness. They're showing you things that maybe you thought that you've handled. Maybe you thought that you've managed. You've managed to do reconciliation. Someone from your past is returning to your life. Reconciliation. Can you see that? Sort of a... I feel it's a preparation. I feel the moment it happened, you thought, oh my God, I thought we were so close and now this and I'm feeling all this. It's a preparation. What do I always say? My favorite saying. It is always darkest before the dawn. You are about to reconcile. They just wanted to remind you that you need to control your human. You need to sharpen your mindfulness, because it's not really difficult to, I mean, it is, but for people who are where you are, it's not that difficult to realize after 5, 6, 7 days or 2 weeks that, oh my God, maybe I was a little pity, maybe it wasn't that bad, and come back and, reconcile and have a conversation. But once you have a relationship, you cannot treat another person with this constant avoidance, with this constant silent treatment. And yes, we are always allowed to take our time, right? So when something happens in future, when she triggers you, and right, you are always allowed to say, oof, you know what, I didn't really like what happened here. It's okay, I know that it's me, but can I have a little bit of time? I need a little bit space. It's all good. But there's a difference between that, including a conversation and closeness and from a place of love, and jumping into reactiveness, avoidance, silent treatment. You will never build a healthy relationship when you were, yes, I'll figure it out, I'll come back, I'll apologize, I'll bring flowers, but it's toxic. We need to control ourselves in the moment, right? Because when we do what I just described, we end up belittling the other person, because in the moment you react, no matter how mature the other person is, it feels like shit. And what's the benefit if you're going to realize in 5 days and you're going to call me back in 5 days and you're going to come with flowers? That's toxic. That's toxic. Sharpen your mindfulness. Understand that once you start to work together, you're going to have to handle these triggers a little bit better. And it's something that when I work with divines, I often give you this exercise. And our relationships are challenging, right? This journey is challenging, but it's beautiful as well. But this is exactly why we go through separation. We go through separation, we feel so far away from each other in the beginning because it's the ego, we're never really separated. It's the pain, it's the missing of the other person. But it helps us to value what we have. What you have is a love that goes beyond timelines, lifetimes, and realms. Such a rare thing, such a rare gift. Not a fraction of 1% of souls incarnating on earth chose to separate themselves further, to even have a twin flame. Not everyone has that. You're one frequency, you're one consciousness, the closeness, the love, the devotion, what you can create together is so beautiful. And here you are with your petty issue. And again, I'm not saying that it's not significant, it's just a test, but you have to see it. Everything that she's going to ever do, and she will have to develop the same. You can never, I'm going to, right? From the very first moment, it's just a map to navigate myself a little better, to go a little deeper. Thank you. Thank you for that lesson. Thank her. it may be a great point of accountability right now. Obviously, you're not speaking, you're in separation, but energetically, once you process this nonsense, sit down and think